across the pavement, hoping it'll cave and swallow me whole. Wonder why my mind keeps on spinning. This is how I live into me, what's so.
It's esoteric information. What I'm telling you is what the FBI call as classified, but it's not declassified, meaning they don't want this information to leak out to y'all that we are living in a dimensional paradigm. All right, so when you talk about the past, you know what I'm saying, and you're talking about the present, the past is the present, and the present is the future, and the future is the past and the present all in one. Right? Why? Because everything we do is electricity. Our brain is electrical. Our thoughts is electrical. Our actions are electrical. Everything that we do leaves an electrical imprint on this planet, on this realm, which is then picked up and sent to the Akashic Records, which exists in the plenum of the planet. Right? I repeat, every single thing we do, thought, words, physical actions, anything that exerts energy, it leaves an electrical, keyword, electrical blueprint. And this planet is electrical. You are electrical. All right. So every thought, every word, everything you do leaves an electrical blueprint that is saved and stored in a holographic library. All right. I repeat, everything you do, think, say, or have ever done in this life is stored in a holographic library called the Akashic Records. Okay. These Akashic Records exist only in two locations. The Akashic Records exist within you, within the genome, the molecular structure of your carbonated beings, okay, that they call blacks and Latinos today, or Africans, or, you know, South Americans, you know, Central Americans, you know, they call us a lot of names, right? Call us a lot of names, okay? But these Akashic Records only exist within our mitochondria and in our cells, so you can access them through meditation. The only other way to get to these Akashic Records is to go outside of the ice walls of Antarctica. Antarctica is an ice wall that is surrounding the entire planet. Yes, VG said, I know that you are working with the Illuminati. I don't give a fuck, y'all can suck my dick. All right? So the Akashic Records, you know what I'm saying, the comic keep exposing this truth and let y'all bitch ass just be mad at me every day, knowing y'all can't fuck with me. Period. You feel me? You see, when I stump, I'm gonna be dolo. I got 1 million ancestors walking with me, man. I'm protected wherever I go. I'm Neo, you hear me? I am the one that came to hack the Matrix, to prove to let all the gods and goddesses know not to move with no more fear. You feel me? And we still talking about the past, the present, and the future. Okay? All right? So, anyway, like I was saying about these Akashic Records, so the only other way to access them is to go outside the ice walls of Antarctica. Okay? Now, that's why I told you when they show you on a map. And what is a map? A map is part of your past. Yes, it is. Because when you think everything that you know about this realm, this planet, the way it's shaped, all of that shit comes up from your past memories that were implanted in you electrically through verbal stimulation while in their programming centers. Okay? So when you think of Atlanta, you think of a location. When you think of Earth, you think of a location. When you think of America, you think of a location. Everything you do, you think of a starting point. And these are all electrical programs that were infused into you verbally through verbal stimulation from your teacher who was teaching you a curriculum, which was nothing more than witchcraft programming to bleach your soul. All right? And to connect you and tie you into this electrical matrix we call a reality. Okay? And if that shit went over your head, don't even worry about it, because you're going to be able to play the live back. Just listen. Just get the gems. Just get the drop. I ain't going to never tell you nothing wrong. All right? So, we talk about the past, the present, and the future. And it's imperative that y'all understand that these Akashic Records that I'm talking to you about exist within your genomes. Okay? Only you, with carbon inside of you, can access it. All right? And if you don't access it through meditation, the only way to get there physically is to travel literally outside of the Antarctic ice walls and enter into the Aurora Borealis. All right? The Aurora Borealis, which they have been showing to people forever, All right, where they show you all of these, these blues and these greens that come out of the center of the earth. They call them the northern lights, but the aurora borealis is actually the center of which is the entrance to inner earth, or to the inner core of the planet, where you have Agathar and you have other beings that exist just like us. All right, and not just yes, I said, did he say Asgard? And yes, I just said that. Yes. All right, so when you travel along the Antarctic ice walls, which this is why they'll never let you go to Antarctica. Facts. When you travel along the Antarctic ice walls, eventually you're going to come to the center entrance, to the other realms. Okay, our planet, because we're talking about the past, the present, and the future. Our planet is not designed as this big ass ball of water that's spinning at 1,000 miles per hour on an axis of rotating around the motherfucking sun. That's a lie they taught us in school. I repeat, we do not live in a world, because they teach you in school. They say you live on Earth. It's not called Earth. This is called Planet Kai, Tiamat, anciently, respectfully. This is what your ancestors named this realm. This is what we named it. All right? But they teach you in school that this planet is called Earth, and that you live on this big ass spinning ball called Earth that spins at 1,000 miles per hour on its axis, and it rotates around the sun. Biggest lie they ever told a motherfucker when they showed us a globe in school. As a kindergartner, they showed you a globe. All right? Infused your past with these lies. All right? When in reality, that's not how the planet is. This planet is consisted of 9 realms, and they're stacked one above the other. The realm we're on that they call Earth, this is Atlantis. Stop saying Russia. Stop saying Africa, North America, South America. Bullshit. Taught to us by our motherfucking oppressors, the elites. All right? Every continent that they're telling you is not a continent. It is land of Atlantis. This is all Atlantis. And what they did was land it, and they divided our planet. All right? When in reality, we're all Atlantean. This is Atlantis. We're Atlanteans, a.k.a. Anunnaki gods, a.k.a. angelic beings, the original angels, a.k.a. the God, a.k.a. luminous being, a.k.a. 93 being. I mean, we got a lot of a.k.a.s now, but you're going to come back to this essence of who and what we are. All right? We're talking about the past, the present, and the future. So, the only way to access the Akashic records is through meditation. And your carbonated beings are the only beings that can access the Akashic records. Now, why is this important? We are being watched from other dimensions because we are multidimensional beings. So this is like a TV show. And this is why I'm emphasizing the past, the present, and the future, because in the Akashic records, because everything you think and you say and you do, it's leaving its imprint. And it becomes what they teach us is the past. They teach us that this is the past, right? So, what you're not recognizing is that the past can be altered. It can be changed, and because it's just electrical imprints. And if the right person taps into that electrical imprint, they can alter it. So, this is what's been going on. Like, do you know that in this war, we've been defeated these human beings already, right? But what they are doing is they are jumping dimensions, and they are going back writing themselves in our time, like they did in the beginning. Like when I showed y'all, if you've been keeping up in the university, I told y'all that human beings, they have not been around no longer than 6,000 of their fucking years. All right? So I told you, don't believe all that shit they telling y'all on the History Channel in school when they all on the Smithsonian, and they like, yeah, the pyramids and this shit been here 60 million years. Look, man, they only been around 6,000 of their man-made years, which aren't real.
White people did not exist before 1681. Again, white people did not exist on planet Earth until 1681. Number two, any claim that this group called white people, any claim that that group is rooted in biology or derived from genes or biology or is innate or is from nature is a lie.
That's only how long they've been in existence. You got to understand that they only been here 6,000 of their man-made years. So what they did was that a lot of the things that they show you when they showing you themselves sitting like in historical places with us, or they showing you all these old pictures. They really ain't do shit but go back and write themselves in our time, all right? And a lot of us don't know that this was possible, but that's what they were showing you in movies in the 80s, like The Terminator, when he was going back in time trying to stop some shit that happened in the past, because going back in the past, if you can change one little thing, it alters the future, all right? And when you got to remember that time isn't real, time and space is an illusion. So with time and space being an illusion that they taught you was real, you're right, you know, you have no grasp, like no understanding, no awareness of the fact that we live in different dimensions, that we are multidimensional beings. So you don't have a clue that everything that you're doing that you think is some shit you did in the past is already being watched. Everything you're doing in the future will already being watched. All right, we're already being watched. We're already being watched. And our oppressors is watching every little thing we do. Although that doesn't stop us from winning this war, it doesn't stop us in growing, it doesn't stop us in our ship, it doesn't. I'm making y'all aware. I'm talking about the past, the present, and the future. All right? So, now let's think on it. Let's think about the past, the present, and the future from a neuroscience standpoint. So we're going to deal with just strictly us. Fuck them on the outside. Let's talk about it from our angle now. Okay? So how do we affect the past, the present, and the future? Okay. Okay, so this is what it is. Your past was at one point just a thought in this paradigm shift. That thought manifested when you broke through the matrix, right? And then it became your past. Now your present is nothing more than the thoughts from your past. A lot of us wake up believing that we have no control over the shit that is happening, all right? That we have no control over the shit that is happening. But I repeat, this is present right now. This is only happening because I manifested this and thought about this. So, and y'all thought about this. So now it's 138 of us sitting right here on live in this moment in time. Now, you're thinking every second. So everything you think, so your thoughts you're thinking now create tomorrow. And what you think tomorrow create the next day. And on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Now, that's, you get what I'm saying? So now when you think back to your past, right? Your past is memories from electrical imprints that you already left, right? And then when you're sitting right here in what we call the present, you're always creating and changing the future with your thoughts. Not your actions, your thoughts. They teach you that thoughts and actions create change shit. No, it's not actions. It's literally thoughts. Electrical impulses you're sending, all right? Because we are multidimensional beings, all right? And a lot of y'all are sitting in university and think that you're a human being that's tapping into spirituality. No, you are a spiritual being, a soul that's having a God, a physical or material experience or a human being experience if you want to believe that you are a human being. Because I'm not going to judge you if you believe that you are a human being. You have the right to believe what you want to believe because it's free will in this paradigm shift we call reality. Okay? You are forever creating your present. You create your past, you create your present, you create your future. Okay? All they can simply do is watch your past, watch your present, watch your future, and they can try to go into your future and alter things to make it change your future. Or they can also go back in time and step into your past and change things that will also change your present and your future. Right? So in order to prevent that, you have to be aware of this matrix we live in, of this electrical construct we live in that's called reality. Right? We created the whole reality construct, but you create this shit every single day with your mind. This is why I tell you, don't ask nobody shit. You don't have to really ask nobody nothing. You can ask them, but if you really want to know the answers for something, you have to sit and ask yourself. All right? You can't wake up and feel like, okay, well, this didn't happen today because of this person, that happened, that none of that is the reason why that ain't happened. You are controlling this whole construct 24/7, literally with your electricity. Your thoughts is electricity. Your words is electricity. Okay? This is all electricity. Okay? This is all electricity. And I'm going to keep pumping this into y'all every single day because when we're talking about the past, we're talking about the present, and we're talking about the future, you're talking about 3 different dimensions that you create all in one setting. You're talking about the past. Those are dimensions. The past is a completely different dimension from the present. And the present is a completely different dimension from your future. And then somewhere in between past, present, and future, you have the potential to be. So this means that every thought you ever thought in your life has the potential to manifest, right? Every possibility, every potential outcome has the potential to manifest based upon the way you tap into the ether around you. The ether around you. Okay? When you talk about the past, the present, and the future, you are talking about time. Let's get deeper. When you're talking about the past, the present, and the future, once again, you're going into time. Because you base that. If I bring up some shit from last week, right? Y'all gonna say that's in the past. So that's based off of time. Right? If I say what I'm gonna do next month, you like, man, that's in the future. That ain't even got here yet. We don't know what's gonna happen in the future. How many people say that? We don't know what tomorrow will bring. When you say you don't know what tomorrow will bring, you don't know what tomorrow will bring. I know what my tomorrow will bring every motherfucking time. Because I create my tomorrow every single day. You get what I'm saying? Ancient witchcraft spells. We don't know what tomorrow, you never know what tomorrow brings. What if tomorrow never comes? Like, when you talking like that, you creating that. All right? But understand that when you talk about the past, the present, and the future, you're talking about time. You talk about a man-made illusion, and you can live in all 3 while sitting just within the present. You can sit right here and live in the past, or you can sit right here and live in the future, or you can sit right here and live in the present. So in reality, what is the past? What is the present? And what is the future? If I can select right now to live in either dimension, with just a thought, I could think about some shit I was doing back in 2008 and live in that shit. With just a thought, I can live right here in the present and say, forget my past, forget my future, and fully enjoy the moment, which is what you're supposed to do during meditation. And with that same simple thought, I can get to going off into an hour daydream about what I'm going to do next month, which we call envisioning. You can lock the body, but you can't trap the mind. Jay-Z said that in the song in 1996. Lock my body, can't trap my mind. Right? But when you analyze that bar on a deeper level, and you in tune with metaphysics and who you are anciently, you can never be trapped. You are the trap which is set for you. You are the I am that I am. You are the infinite one. You are the past, present, and the future. You are the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. And everything in between is you. So, let's look at our past as a species. We know these beings came and destroyed our planet, killed us, lied to us, misled us, raped our gods and our goddesses, raped our daughters and our sons, raped our animals and our planets, and our plants. You get what I'm saying? But when we think of that, we think of the past. We don't think of the present. We treat the past as if that's where it stayed. We don't look at it that it's still going on presently. And worse, sir, we don't see that this is the end result for our future that our oppressors want for us. Why? Because we don't understand the difference between the past, the present, and the future. We are everywhere, yet we are nowhere. We everything, yet we are nothing. We darkness, but yet light comes from darkness. They tell you you're supposed to fully enjoy the present, yet you're haunted by the past and pressured by the future. But what if I can get you to think deeper, to see the esoterical facts that there is no such thing as the past, the present, or the future?
What is it?
We're simply experiencing an experience that you're creating. So, your memories is not the past. You think your memories is the past. But yeah, like, so the past, the present, and the future is what I'm talking to y'all about, and that paradigm has to be completely broken down, like our whole belief on it. That's because what is the past? What is the present? What is the future? It doesn't exist. You know what I'm saying? Don't look for the future. Don't live in the future. Don't live in the past. Don't live in the present. Just be. Okay, I repeat. Don't live in the past. Don't live in the future. Don't live in the present. Just be. Okay? Remove the fear of, oh, this happened back then. That's living in the past. That's root chakra energy. Remove the fear of, because when you live in the past is filled with what? Regrets. The past makes you believe you have no chance of ever changing shit. That's why you're not supposed to believe in the past. It's like a box that limits you, because there'd be so much shit that you did back then, and it'd be regrets, it'd be pain. It like, you don't supposed to, you did everything you ever did in this life for you to learn from it. Everything you ever did in this life was for your soul to learn from it. Everything bad ever happened to you, everything good ever happened to you, your soul made it happen in your soul so it can grow. Nobody in this reality is your friend. Nobody is your mother. Nobody is your... Let me give y'all a deep secret about this reality, man. It's not fucking real. Why y'all think when I start talking about the Matrix on that level of, hey, we live in separate dimensions, an agent come right in, you're next. Like, they don't want me to tell y'all this. I'm taking y'all outside the fucking Matrix when I'm telling y'all this. You know what I'm saying? And it sounds so crazy because you're not in the Matrix no more. Right? It's normal. See, what we think is normal is living in the Matrix, nigga. It's normal to go to church. It's normal to go to high school and graduate and then go to college and get a 9 to 5 and then get a husband, a wife, settle down, work for them forever, turn 65, get a 401k, die. Like, that's called normal, nigga. And that's the Matrix. That's the motherfucking Matrix, nigga. You hear me, nigga? That's not the way this shit go, nigga. Time isn't real. Space isn't real. The past isn't real. The present isn't real. None of that shit is real. And if you remove it, you can fully enjoy what you came to do, which is be. You came to be. You are a being, right? You are a luminous being, right? So you came to be. You didn't come to be judged. You didn't come to be nobody's friend. You didn't come to be loved. You didn't come to be liked. You didn't come to be understood, overstood. You came to be. And what are you supposed to be? What the fuck you are. What the fuck you are.
You can easily bend the limbs, but when that tree gets deep rooted and grows, if you try to bend the limb, it'll break. And so you're looking at these baby boomers, and their coding and programming is so embedded in them for so many years that it's they've become rooted trees. They've grown and they've got stiff bark, and you can't really bend those limbs. They'll just snap. And a lot of them aren't ready for that information. So you have to just, well, I tell people who always ask me, how do I get my family members to wake up, and how do I said, you just be the light. You just do what you do. Don't put pressure on them. Every now and then you may drop a gentle seed, and that's about it. And just let them look at your life and how you're moving. Eventually, they may start to ask some questions.
Right.
And then you can answer the question and walk away. Don't go too deep again. Just little bit at baby steps, a little bit at a time. Some of them will come along, some of them may not. just be happy.
Yeah.
You know, that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, and you're finding yourself. And then others will also see how you're moving and how you're living through this matrix, and then they will then begin to ask you questions. And some people will jump right on in with you full blown. Some people will take time.
Yeah.
It's a gradual process, but like you said, you can't overdo it.
Everybody's in their own game.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know,
lead
that's
by
right.
example. Just lead by example.
Yeah.
If it's not for you, it's not for you. If it's,
Right.
like-
and you know them by their fruit.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
It's like, did we miss that message? Like, you know people by their fruit, meaning their actions show you who they are.
Exactly.
So that whole
Exactly.
I'm woke because you. So here it
Because you
is.
say-
Let's go back. I was about to go full into that, which is okay. You got the information. You got all his knowledge.
Yeah.
Neo, when he went, he got into the chair, got the thing plugged into him, and he was sitting there for hours just downloading information, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And he said, and he told Morpheus, "I know kung fu." Morpheus said, "What? Show me."
Right.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
you know.
Mhm.
Show me.
Exactly.
It's the action that proves it.
So
right?
he went in that simulation again to show him he knew kung fu. And what did Morpheus do? He whipped his ass.
Yep.
Beat him
Yep.
down.
He beat him down. He's training him the whole way. Yeah, you learn some information,
Until
but you
apply
can't
that
apply
information-
it.
Until you apply that
Yeah.
information, it's not real. It's not in this
Exactly.
realm. It doesn't exist. It just exists in your mind
Yes.
until you apply it.
Absolutely. That happens to me all the time. People